For a billionaire facing a terminal diagnosis, the only way to survive was, ironically, to kill himself first. As the lethal injection entered his bloodstream, he was slid into a high-speed apparatus. The instant his vital signs vanished, the data comprising his consciousness was fully extracted and rapidly uploaded into a brand new vessel. Just like that, Mike, who was originally days away from death, opened his eyes again. Since a single consciousness cannot inhabit two bodies simultaneously, his old shell had to be discarded for good. Although the procedure came with a staggering $10 billion price tag, Mike found it well worth the cost. He hadn't just cheated death, he had instantly shaved 40 years off his life. Of course, the transition wasn't seamless. The hospital put him through a rigorous rehabilitation program to help his brain re-establish control over his new body. Meanwhile, Mike orchestrated the release of his own obituary online and quietly forged a completely new identity, paving the way for a carefree retirement. Upon his discharge, he moved into a villa he had purchased in advance. Looking at the high-end supercar parked in the driveway, he couldn't suppress his excitement. He was desperate to make up for the wild youth he had missed out on. By day, he worked up a sweat on the basketball court. By night, he brought beautiful women back home to party. For the first time, he truly felt the resilience of a young body that could handle anything he threw at it. But then, one day, scattered memories that never belonged to him invaded his mind without warning, accompanied by a blinding headache that was nearly unbearable. It was only then that he realized he had completely ignored the doctor's orders. The transplant came with significant side effects that required a strict regimen of red pills to suppress. Caught up in his hedonistic lifestyle, Mike had completely forgotten. He stumbled into the bathroom and frantically popped a pill, but a wave of vertigo threw him off balance, and he crashed to the floor. Suddenly, another vivid, unfamiliar image flashed through his mind. A pumpkin-shaped water tower and a mother and daughter he had never met. These bizarre memories left Mike baffled. Once he recovered enough to function, his curiosity got the better of him. He searched online for pumpkin water tower and actually found a matching photo. Following the address listed, he decided to drive out there and investigate for himself. Guided by his GPS, Mike soon arrived. The towering structure before him was identical to the image in his head. He walked straight toward a small house at the base of the tower. When no one answered his knock, he hesitated for a moment before pushing the door open and letting himself in. The moment he stepped inside, he saw a photo of a strange woman. Clearly, this was her home. Next to it was a family portrait of three, and the man in the picture looked exactly like Mike. Or rather, the man in the picture was the original owner of this body. Just as the shock set in, a gun was pressed against his back. The woman had returned. She thought she was being robbed, but when Mike turned to face her, Mary had an emotional breakdown, collapsing to the floor. She couldn't believe that her husband, missing for years, was standing alive in front of her. Mike was about to explain when he noticed strangers approaching the house. His instincts kicked in. He raised the gun and moved toward the door. As a thug reached for the handle, Mike aimed, but he wasn't alone. The team was coordinated. One caused a distraction at the front while another sneaked in through the back, subduing Mary. Distracted, Mike was disarmed and pinned to the table. Just as the situation spiraled out of control, a third man walked in. It was John.